We did see a trend of an increase in net interest income rising faster, obviously because of the rising interest rates, so that's to be expected. But what we're also seeing is the income expenses, which is what banks are being charged for, what they pay their depositors, but also what they're being charged for getting funding in the market, is also going up at actually a faster rate. So it's interesting. So obviously, net interest income is really rising, but in actual fact, net expenses or income expenses are actually rising at a faster rate.
So is there an argument for them not passing on some of the expansion they're seeing thanks to the cash rate going up?
Yeah, it's a bit hard to really comment on that because, again, the data was from 2022 in terms of what we were looking at. But I also think that it depends on the bank's business model, exactly, et cetera. They have to really look at their risk modeling and things, and so it takes a little bit of time for them to actually pass on that increase.
Boo-hoo the bankers, Joy. Good morning to you. I don't care that their cost ratios are going up, that they can't control their cost ratios, especially at the investment banking side of things as the deals dry up and they still have to retain expensive employees. What I do care about is the accusations of profiteering. And can we show that? Have we got that chart again that showed the difference between savings rates and the base rate as well? The NIMs are going up unfairly, aren't they, at the moment? And I say this as a fan of many of the banks. I've worked for several banks in my life as well. But this has just got ridiculous, hasn't it? When you're offering such paltry interest rates across the board, and I believe and I agree there are exceptions to that, and rates and your lending rates to customers, to institutions, to businesses have gone through the roof as well. There you go, there's a wonderful chart. And that's only with the base rate as well. That's the savings rate at the base rate, not their lending rate as well. They've just gone too far, haven't they? They're going to be careful about windfall tax, haven't they?
Well, I think, again, the government is bringing them in. The FCA is bringing them in tomorrow to have this discussion. So I think it's up to them, actually, to actually find the way forward. And obviously, if the FCA thinks that there are, that there's truth to this profiteering, then
what does the banker think? What's the editorial line from the banker?
Well, we're still looking at the data from last year, but we're also thinking about, okay, again, we're looking at, because the banker is a publication for the banking industry.
Yes.
So we're also looking at all the different aspects of what the banks have to do in order to change their rates. And when you're talking about a changing rate environment, that's not sure. There's only been indications recently that it might be a higher for longer interest rate environment. The banks have to take that into consideration.